Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
We are back joined live with the Dogmother, yes, from Peabody, Massachusetts. Today we have Melissa here, not only live on the podcast, on the Zoomcast, and she's our professional of the year, and she's going to be showing us hands-on all the work she does. And if you're watching right now, you can see all the doggies behind her. Amazing. Welcome back, Melissa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm so good, and even better now that I get to see your face and these beautiful doggies. You guys, this is a beautiful shot. Please tell us a little bit about what you're showing us.
So I do doggy daycare and boarding from my house, and it's like 40 degrees out. A little chilly. We got everybody's sweaters on that need their sweaters, but we're out. We just had breakfast, we digested, and now we're getting some energy out before we go in for a break to warm up.
All right, so how many dogs approximately do you have right now, currently, that you're watching today?
I'm going to guess 13, 34. 34.
Beautiful. And look
Yep.
at this. This is like a real day camp. Look, this one's sitting on, oh my gosh, I can't, this is like an AstroTurf. Is it grass? What are they?
Yeah, so actually it used to be all pea stone, but a good friend of mine who used to work for me and has his own business, he called me over the summer and said that he found some outdoor turf that a college was like replacing. So I guess they just donated, and I lucked out. I got a whole big area, so it's nice. It helps with their paws. It drains. It's clean. It's easy to be cleaned. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Beautiful. And I see some of your staff members there in the back, right? Are they helping out today?
It's my boy,
Hi.
Justin.
Hi, Justin. So tell me the process. So what time were you up out there feeding them? Give me a little rundown about what your, being the dog mother is and what that entails. Again, we have new listeners each and every week.
So some customers, they start showing up between 6:30, 7, drop off his bio before 10 a.m. We'll have them out. I bring them out probably about 7:30, depending on when they wake me up and get me moving. They stop back and letting me know that they got to go out. So we hang outside for about an hour, depending on, how cold it is. And then we come in, eat breakfast about 8:30, 9 o'clock, stay in for an hour, digest their food. And then we come back out so they can run around, because you got to be careful. They don't run around on a full belly. They can get sick or twist their stomach.
Amazing. Well, oh my God, they're beautiful. And a little bit of your background, if you don't mind. This is our first Zoom video with the animals live behind us. I'm enthralled. You have how much property?
A little bit,
This is I didn't even think about this last time we did our Zoom. This is even better to see them live in person. So I love what you do. Tell us a little bit more about it.
So when I was a kid, I've always had a love for animals, and I've always wanted to take care of animals, but I didn't know what to do or how to do it. I thought I wanted to be a vet, but I'm not the best at schooling, and I just knew that I wouldn't do well, with the science of it all and stuff like that. I was more dog behavior and all that. So my dad was a printer and come home with business cards for me, and I used to take care of the animals in the neighborhood as a dog walker, or I did some cat sitting and stuff like that. But I never thought to turn it into a business. I just thought, like, okay, I'm a little kid, it's cute, ha ha ha. Until my mom come home one day from work and said a guy was doing a side job at a doggy daycare. And I'm like, doggy, what do you mean doggy daycare? Those exist? So long story short, I put my name in, and I started working for a place in Stoneham, and they had a 3-family house, and two parts of the 3-family were all done over separate rooms for the dogs, and they had a huge yard, kind of like this. And I started working in there, and it was like, godsend. It was just like I got my calling, you know what I mean? So I started doing that, and then I left them, and I started driving for another doggy daycare. It was like pick up and drop off. We did play groups. And then, I left her to start my own business, and then she called me about a month or so later to be a business partner with her with a company in Malden. And I was there for about 10 years, and then I found this because, I wanted to work from home. I knew I wanted to have kids and stuff like that. So I lucked out, and I found this location.
It is beautiful. I love it. And you can care up to how many dogs are you able to watch? Is it 40,
So
50?
I'm allowed 55. I started off with 10 with the city. You know, they were like, I don't know, let's, give you a trial. So I started off with 10 and then worked up to 20 and then 30 and then 40. And the last time I was like 55, and I'll never ask you guys again, because average, I'd say we get about 30 dogs, 40 dogs, depending on the weather and if it's nice out. Today we got a bunch of dogs, even though it's kind of chilly, but it's really for the overlap for like the 4th of July, my busy holidays. I just didn't want to break the rules and have too many dogs, and I didn't want to say no to anybody either. So
Yeah.
55 is like a perfect number.
Yeah.
I never go over the amount.
So where do they sleep? I see some little like cages, or
No,
what do you
they
call it?
don't
Those
sleep.
are
They don't sleep outside. It's too cold. So the basement, I have the basement done over. I have crates downstairs, and
ah.
it's smaller inside. So we try to be out as often as we can to burn the energy. So when we do have to come in, take a break, like after about an hour,
So
we'll be
all
out on
these
the
dogs
front.
trot on downstairs to the basement later.
Oh
This
yeah.
is
Yeah, and then some of them jump into their own crates. Like I have, medium crates on top of the large crates, and some of them jump in, and then they all scatter and go to their own crate. And then
I was gonna
some
say, but
dogs
are they instinctual animals where they go back to the same one they came out of, or
Usually, yes. It depends. Like, say I have a foster that's been here a long time, like they have that specific crate because they're creatures of habit.
yeah.
They're den animals. They like the crates. People hear crate and they're like, oh, I don't want a crate. And it's like, it's not a bad thing. It's only bad if you make it a bad thing. They eat in the crate, they sleep in the crate, they feel comfortable in the crate. That's their space. And then yeah, if I brought them all in right now, they'd all scatter and then they'd all take a nap until we were ready to go back out.
Amazing. And like, look at them all out there getting along. Do they
Oh
ever
yeah.
fight? I don't know dogs that well. Tell me how
Yeah.
this works. And how do you know which one needs a sweater? Does their
Oh,
parents tell you?
so yeah, basically I do an introduction, with every dog. They get a trial, and as long as they get along and they do well, they're awesome. Here, this is Sasha. So
Hi,
Sasha's a
Sasha.
boxer. She's got thin fur. Oh, here's Hero. Hero's being nosy. I get out of here. Don't leave the earrings. So
The
Sasha,
best show. I
they
gotta
don't
get a
have
picture
a
of this
lot,
guy.
to keep warm. So
Oh
we
my
get cold
gosh.
tuna. This is Opie. Poor Opie, he has a girl sweater on today. That's the only thing I could find to fit him. But Scooby, he's got thicker fur. Scooby, he gets kind of fresh.
Oh,
But yeah, everybody's got their own little personality, and you got to be careful. One doesn't get jealous when you're, saying hi to, another one. Like if Bruce got a nice thick fur. He's got a nice coat on him. Hudson
wow.
got a nice King's a nut.
This is great. I
I call him
love
King
it. I
Dingley.
love it. I love it. Oh my God, they are adorable. Okay, and then how does it work? So, the surrounding areas, where do you mostly, people come to you from where?
So I'm in Peabody. I'm from the Everett Malden area, so I have a lot of people that come from Everett, but I got a bunch of people that come from Peabody and Danvers, and we do pick up and drop off 3 days a week. My employee picks up in Wakefield and Melrose and maybe Malden, Everett, some Revere, Saugus, basically up and down the
Are
Route
those all
1
the
area.
cages that they come in with their owners behind you? Are those the cages that
No, those are all just
carriers?
donated. Yeah, no, the people just donate them to me, and I just keep them in the yard. So sometimes when it's nice out and we're out all day long, in the warmer
Shade.
weather,
It helps for the
you'll
shade.
see, yeah, you'll see the dogs that they go in there, they'll take a nap, or they like to see she's sitting up on top, to
Yes.
get off the ground and stuff like that. So yeah, they just donated, and some of them the gates don't even
Ah,
work. I just have them out here just for them
but
to
that's
get off
great.
the
And
ground.
now, what about your neighbors? Your neighbors are cool with this. Obviously, they know
My
they're moving.
neighbors are awesome.
Ah,
Specifically looking for this place. I didn't want to have a lot of neighbors. I didn't want to upset anybody, but I have a lady over here, on one side, and then I got this awesome family here right behind me. They're super nice. They love dogs. Lorraine didn't even know, that I was doing a doggy daycare until I come home with, my husband, we come home, with my firstborn, and my husband was talking to her, and we had the baby, my wife with the doggy daycare. They were just talking. She's like, oh, she does a doggy daycare? She didn't even know. She thought like it was my own dog. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. That makes me feel much better. So, and the other thing is, we're out from like 7:30 till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So like they're at work, I'm not
yeah.
bothering anybody. And
Mm-hmm.
other neighbors are like way out. Like I don't think anybody can hear us except for these two.
No, you
And
have a lot of property. That's huge.
yeah, we got a big property. I lucked out. I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky. We got a lot.
And if someone wants to bring their pet to you, so you bring they bring their food, you have a list of medications. How does that part work?
So first of all, they need to be up to date on their rabies, distemper, kennel cough vaccines. Lepto now is a new thing. So if they sleep over, they provide their own food because some dogs get an upset stomach, some dogs have allergies. And I provide the bowls and all that. I don't bring in, I don't have them bring, toys or anything because I don't want them fighting over toys. So they all entertain each other. Sometimes they'll get a stick and chase each other around over the stick, but that's about it. But yeah, as long as they have their vaccines and if they have medication, I can give them their medication. Some dogs take supplements, and others are on like, arthritis or seizure medication or whatever.
Amazing. And you've been doing this for how many years now?
So it'll be 11 years in May. This is Thor. I've had him
Hi,
since he was a puppy.
Paul.
My old man.
Hello.
He's a Great
Oh,
Dane. So yeah, I've been doing this since 2013. So this is my 10th year anniversary. It'll be 11 years in May. But I've been in the business for about 20 years. But I've been the dog mother going on 11 years.
I love it. And then let me ask, so those dogs in the background, how long are most of them there for? Could it be a week, 2 weeks, some really long-term stays, a family?
Yep. So most of them are regular daycare. So you see Bambi.
Mm-hmm.
They had Bambi. Where's
Hi,
Luna?
baby.
Where's the girlfriend? Oh, Luna's over there. She's the white husky back there. So these guys have been fosters probably since the summertime. They kept escaping their owner's yard. Finally animal control was like, look at your dogs are not safe. They're gonna get hurt, blah blah blah. So we actually have someone coming to meet them this weekend through Sweet Paws Rescue. They found a possible adopter, and if they don't work out, then we have a backup family that may want to adopt them. So that'll be
Uh,
awesome.
Tell us more about
Um,
Sweet Paws Rescue, please.
so Sweet Paws Rescue is a big popular rescue in New England. I've been fostering for them for a few years now. They're amazing. They take in the dogs that I help with animal control, and we transfer them. So if they become strays or owner surrenders, they get transferred to Sweet Paws Rescue. I foster them, and then they help us find a home. Or if we find a home, people got to fill out an application, and we go through the process, and then we get them adopted.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing work that you do. Tell us how we could find you. What's the website and phone number?
The website is the dogmotherllc.com. Facebook is my main thing. Facebook.com/the Dogmother LLC. Instagram at the Dogmother LLC. My phone number is 617-407-9887. My email is thedogmother@yahoo.com.
Perfect. And what else do you want people to know today? I mean, the fact that this is our first show, we're hands on. I'm actually, if you guys are just listening, you're missing out because, oh my God, the dog's licking her face. This is amazing to see her in action. And look how the dogs just love her. Oh my goodness. Who's that?
This is being
Bambi. Now, do you have your personal pets there too?
his sister. They're always up here together.
Oh, and where are your dogs? You have your own dogs as well,
So
right?
I have my own dogs. One is a grumpy old man. Hey, cut it out. One's a grumpy old man. He likes to sit on the couch all day. And then I have China. One of my customers actually passed away 2 years ago from a tumor. Really sad, So I took custody of her dog, and she's a husky. She's awesome. She might be outside somewhere. But she usually bops around the yard, and she's in the house. She's got to be in the house, probably eating.
Oh my, now as she's running her own business, at the same time, she's a mother of three. How old are
Three.
your kids?
8, 6, and 9 months. Actually, almost 10
Unbelievable.
months. Oh, she's 10 months. I forgot. I got to do her 10-month photo shoot. She was 10
Yes.
months.
Oh my goodness. And what do your kids think of the dogs? I know you've told me before, but tell the listeners, how do your kids interact with them?
So my kids don't think anything of it. Autumn likes the dog more than Anna. My middle child is more nervous. She gets scared. She was knocked down. Somebody jumped on her, to say hello to her a couple years ago, and she was a little peanut. So she gets nervous with the with the big dogs. And then the baby in the high chair, I see her reaching out to pet my dogs. When they're sitting there, waiting for her to drop something. So we'll see about number 3 if she likes the dogs or not. But I mean, otherwise, they love it. They don't mind it. And it's a good time. The kids love it. The friends that come over and stuff, they all, oh, look at the dogs. They get super excited to see everybody.
Well, it's a beautiful thing that you do, and I love being able to see this here in person. Congratulations, my gosh, she's helping so many, and what a passion. So, as a child, this is what you've always loved animals, and you mentioned you wanted to be a vet, and then you have a cousin that's a vet, or two cousins. I
Yes.
mean, so you're around. I mean, you're very knowledgeable about what a pet
Yep.
needs, and in some cases, could you share an instance where there was a type of pet emergency? I know we talked about one last time, but
Yeah.
things happen but you're hands-on. You call the owner. You have
Yeah.
help. There's veterinarian that you can bring someone to. But in that instance, in that case, how do you make the pet owners feel comfortable knowing that you're the dog mother who really
So
does take care of them?
my slogan is I give you peace of mind, which is very true. And if you see a lot of my reviews, a lot of people will say that I have peace of mind when I'm away, etc. So this particular case over Christmas, first time boarder, the lady, her brother knew me from years ago. I used to take care of his dog, and she was like, "You came highly recommended.
Mm,
I'm nervous," and everybody's always nervous, leaving their dog the first time. So this cute little thing. Her name is Sadie, little mix. Um, I'm doing the feedings. We were out all day, and now it's time for dinner. And I'd say it was about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I'm looking at her. I look at everybody, and she was fine. And so now I go, deal with the kids, get them ready for bed, and then I'm getting ready to let the dogs out. And I come back down 2 hours later, and she has this golf ball on the side of her muzzle. And I'm like,
mm-hmm,
what the heck? So I call the owner, and I'm like, is that something I just didn't see? Did I miss that? Let me make sure that that's not a pre-existing thing before I
mm-hmm.
start, freaking out. She said, no, that's not normal. So I was like, all right. I said, let me keep an eye on it. I'll keep you posted. So as I'm on the phone with her, I'm letting the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and her dog comes running out. Then I come back outside. And then the next thing I know, within minutes, she had all these bumps all over her head and her body. And I could tell that she was having an allergic reaction. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
So I'm like, geez, I got to keep an eye on this. So I immediately give her Benadryl because you can give Benadryl to dogs, to help with allergies. Um, and then I'm like, calling my local vet, on it's like 9 o'clock at night, mind you, 8 o'clock at night. And I messaged my vet, hoping maybe she'd reach out, but I'm like, I don't want to bother her, you know what I mean? And then I realized, I remembered my husband's cousin is a vet, and she's down in Alabama. And I just texted her. I'm like, look at this, this dog, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, yep, give her the Benadryl, wait about an hour, keep an eye on her. If it doesn't get any better, she's going to need a steroid. You're going to have to get her to the hospital. So I'm just trying to avoid an emergency vet bill, and long story short, I hung up for the hour. It started going away. I texted the owner. I was giving her pictures, and she was like, thank you so much. She was about to come home. She was like, I'm only an hour away. I'm like, no, stay home. You're with your family. It's Christmas. It's not an emergency. I just want you to know what's going on. And she was very thankful. And I sent her pictures and updates, when the dog was all cleared up. And I was very lucky to have someone to, walk me through it and avoid an emergency bill.
Amazing. Oh, the dog mother. Here she is. Melissa's joining us live on the Zoomcast, the podcast. And it is great to see these dogs in actions. No dog too small, too big. And also, let me ask you this question. It's, people really feel comfortable. I know it's a lot of word of mouth, obviously, with what you do.
Yep.
And what is the greatest joy of this? What do you love most about your job?
It's just fun, it's just like watching them play and, goof off with each other, like they all just have so much fun. I love after a snowstorm and we let them out and there's a bunch of fresh snow and they're just like, yeah, and they start running around the yard and, you can just tell they're having a blast. And I guess what I really like the most is probably when I get a nervous or shy dog that's insecure or, I've had so many dogs get kicked out from other daycares because of whatever, stupid reason. And then they come here and the dogs are totally fine. It really depends on the workers and the experience they have. So I like to see the transformation of insecure dog, a shy dog becoming a confident dog, and they're nervous to come in here, but then after a couple of visits, then they're running in here. They can't get in here fast enough. And then I like seeing the me proving other people wrong I can't tell you how many dogs I've had kicked out of other daycares. Oh, they play too much, or oh, they don't know when to stop, or oh, they're too rough, or and then they come here and it's like you just give them the guidance and you correct the bad
Yeah.
behavior and you tell them when it's good behavior and then they're fine. I don't know, it's crazy.
Oh my goodness, this is great. Well, what else would you like your listeners to know about you? We still got 4 minutes left today, but clearly your compassion with these animals shows. And I would call you. I don't have a dog. I have cats. What do you do? Is there like, do you rival? Is there like a cat or cat sitter next to you? Do you ever take in cats?
No, that would be way too stressful. Cats should stay home. Dogs are more adaptable to a different situation as opposed to cats. Cats like to be where they're familiar and all that. So I'll go to someone's house if they need me to go take care of
Oh,
their cat. Take the mail in. Water the
yeah.
plants. Give medication.
Do the
Clean the litter box.
litter.
Yeah,
Mhm.
stuff like that. So I go in, check in, hi kitty, all right, bye kitty, and then you go back the next day, you know what I mean? Or sometimes you go every other day, depending on how fast they eat the food or whatever. So it just depends. You want to say hi? Yeah,
Yes, introduce me. Who's that one? Do you know? Oh my
this is
gosh.
Georgia. She just come up to me wagging her little bum. This is Scooby.
And so you know every dog's name that's there.
Oh yeah, my customers, they'll call and be like, hi, this is Jane Smith. I'm like, who's your dog? Oh, hi, how are you? I don't know their name. It takes a while before I remember anybody's names.
And what about holidays? Are you ever closed?
No, nope. Unless we're going on vacation, but it's very rare that I'll go on vacation during a holiday. 4th of July is my biggest holiday. That's when I'm packed. Sometimes Christmas will be busy, sometimes Thanksgiving will be busy, or sometimes it won't be. But Christmas and New Year's, that that school vacation week and stuff. That's when a lot of people go away.
Oh my goodness. Well, we appreciate you being here, joining us live here, getting to see you in action, the Dogmother. It's beautiful and you're really in your element. And it's amazing that you make so many people happy and animals. I wish I lived closer. I want to bring my kids to come visit.
Yeah.
If I come to your area, I will.
In the Boston area, come say hello.
Oh.
This is Wilson.
Oh my God, they're so beautiful. And I can't even. I'm so happy to have you here today. And thank you for sharing this. I love the live shot. Please, you got to watch the Zoom. If you're only on the podcast, you got to get onto the Zoomcast. Remind us, Melissa, how we can contact you.
617-407-9887, the Dogmother at yahoo.com, facebook.com, easy. Hey. Excuse me, sorry. Facebook.com/the Dogmother LLC, Instagram at the Dogmother LLC, and my website is thedogmotherllc.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day and a great weekend.
You
Good
too.
luck, doggy woggies. Bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.